Oh.
There he is.
Tucker, right? Oh,
look
wait.
Look at the camera. Gotta look at the camera. I'm being shy.
Yes.
I'm being sad.
He is. Right? Draw a picture, Tucker.
Sad panda. This little
Right?
sad panda face.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, we should put him on a button.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Come visit our club. We have a really cute dog.
Yeah. Right?
I'll be sad if you don't come.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Little
All right.
sad panda resting face. Okay.
No,
There he goes.
he's gone. Okay, so.
He's like, what did you do to me? I was sleeping.
Oh, God, I was mad at us. Geez, no one's showing up, and we have Tucker mad at us.
You'll get over it.
Yeah. Get over it.
Fast.
Yeah, he's already forgotten. Let's see. Okay, you ready? Game face. All right. Hello, everyone. Natalia, you want to begin?
I shall.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm Natalia and I'm the teen librarian at the Temple of Terrace Library, and I'm so excited you guys could join us for the Mind, Soul, and Comics Teen and Tween Virtual Book Club. This program is a unique collaboration with the USF School of Information. Now, don't worry if you haven't gotten the chance to read or finish reading Coraline yet. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the book while having some fun making your own little other self based upon Coraline's experience in the creepy other world. Now, we've just got a couple of rules for everyone. We ask that you please be respectful and courteous to one another. Every feeling you have is valid. Just know that we're here for you. Participate however you feel comfortable. Please mute your mic when you're not speaking. And if you do feel comfortable, please have your video on. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Now let me toss it over to Brittany.
Hi everyone, my name is Brittany and I'm a librarian and research assistant with the School of Information at USF, and I am looking forward to crafting with you all today. Peter, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hey, everyone. My name's Peter. I'm also a librarian, and I work at the University of South Florida's School of Information. I am super excited. Pair of pants have given themselves up for tonight's project. So, yes. Let's see. Who's next? Oh, Kiara.
Hi, my name is Kiara. I'm an intern here at USF for the School of Social Work, and I will also help facilitate the activity tonight. And as well as if you would like to reach out to me or anybody on the team for needed resources or support, we're here for you. You can email us at storystrongbookclub@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I'll hand it back to Brittany.
Okay, so our theme for this month is othering. And for those of you who may have never heard of that term before, othering is essentially treating people maybe from another group like they're different or even inferior to yourself or the group that you belong to. So we started discussing this idea a little bit last week with the graphic novel Coraline. Now, for those of you who may not have read it or haven't had a chance to see the movie, Coraline is about a young girl. Oh, we got our picture there. Thank you, Natalia. She moves into a big house with her family and discovers a secret door. And when she walks through that door, she steps into a mirror world that looks almost exactly like her own, even with a copy mother and father. But everyone is also changed and a little creepy too. And they want to keep her in that world forever. So just like a mirror, everything in this copy world looks the same, but it's also the opposite. So as Natalia explained, today we're going to be creating a two-dimensional figure. You can call it a doll or a mini-me or an action figure, whatever you want. That's going to represent the other you, just like the copies of people that were made in Coraline. Now, when you design your other you or your copy you can create a figure who looks just like you, literally like a mirror image, or you can create a figure that's your complete opposite. Or you could even create a figure that represents how others see you, because sometimes other people see us differently than we see ourselves, right? Like, can anybody think of an example in their life, for instance, where maybe someone believed in you when you had a hard time believing in yourself?
Wow. That's hard. You just threw that on us.
Yeah. We talk about the hard stuff here, Peter.
Yeah, I know. The closest thing I can come to is what we call morning me, right? When I wake up in the morning, I'm just no use. I can't speak, I can't do anything. And so I know my wife thinks I'm good all day. And yeah, you can do this, but sometimes in the morning when I wake up, I just don't feel like I can do anything. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about way back about something more personal, but that's the quickest thing I can think of.
Right. Oh, I have one. So I have a book coming out, and I got all of these revisions from peer review that were due within a month. And it was like a crazy amount of work to get done in a month. And I was really like, oh my goodness gracious, there's no way I can do this and be in a pandemic and work a job and someone who might be on this call was like, but this is your book. Like, this is an important thing and you've already come this far. Just kind of, and it was the plain speak about like, this is your book, that I was like, oh, right. Because I was thinking like, this is all this stuff I have to do and this and that. And he was just like, nope, you've got this, come this far. And it got done. Actually got done a little early. So
This conversation, not in the morning though.
no, it was not. It was a nighttime conversation.
It would have been like, yeah.
So those are awesome examples where someone saw you differently than you saw yourself, but it was good, right? Like they saw the potential in you and it helped you. But what about times when someone might see us differently than who we really are, but it's not good? Like maybe someone makes fun of us or tries to tell us we're not capable of something, even though we know we are. Has anyone ever had someone like that in their life? I saw a hand
up.
It's really funny because in high school, I think I talked a couple of weeks ago about the fact that I never wore my glasses, so I couldn't see anything. So it was so weird. I had started wearing my glasses and someone on the school bus came up to me and said, "You look weird with glasses. Can't you just not wear them?" I was like, "I can't see."
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I was like, "Oh, okay. That's nice. Thank you. I like to see now though."
Right.
I got detention in fourth grade or something like that. And after school with all the other bad kids. And so they sent me there. And like the teachers, like, he was like, I don't know, shop teachers, like, "Why are you here?" And so it was so embarrassing because I wasn't one of the bad kids. I had to sit with all the bad kids. They made me sit up front. All the bad kids got to sit in the back. It was terrible. And he was like so disappointed in me. I was like, I guess I don't know. I must have been talking or something like that. It was a very young Peter experience. And just, it was like, wow, God, geez, this shop teacher thinks I'm a bad kid. Oh, God. Never again. Yeah.
So those are examples of how sometimes people see us differently, but it's actually not accurate, right? Like it's not who we are. So as you create your figure today, your mini me, those are also some ideas that you can think about as you decide how you want to represent yourself. Okay, so now it's time for some crafting, and lovely Natalia, she's going to be leading us in that today. And while we design our other us, we're also going to keep talking a bit and discussing this idea of othering and how it relates to Coraline and our own lives. Okay, so Natalia, would you like let us know what we need to get started with the first step?
Yeah, so what you're going to need is either some drawing utensils, some paper, or some felt, any kind of fabric that you might want to use to create your little character.
Right here.
And the first thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is actually create your outline of your character. This will be your base, and then we'll get into all the fun bits of creating your fancy hair and maybe some cool little extras, like maybe a cat or a book or your laptop or your phone, something you love having with you. So let's go ahead and take about 5 minutes or so to go ahead and do that.
So as you all are choosing the shape for your outline, I want you to kind of think about a space in your life that you really love. It could be a space inside your home, at school, maybe somewhere outside, wherever you want. So just think of a space that makes you happy. All right, so everybody kind of have the space in their mind. Now, I want you to imagine that you can create your own mirror world, like in Coraline, of this exact space that you love. What elements would you 100% want to keep from this space? And what elements would you maybe want to change to make even better? And if anybody wants to jump in and share their space and what they would keep or change, go for it.
My space would be Magic Kingdom, Disney World.
Right.
And I would probably get rid of most of what's currently in Tomorrowland because it's some weird stuff, if y'all have been lately. It's like the Monsters Inc. laugh floor. There was Stitch for a little while.
Oh,
I would probably just make it a bunch of Carousels of Progress.
Yeah.
Ooh, good choice.
You're
I
all
like
welcome
that.
to come to my mirror Magic Kingdom.
Right. Just
You
one
lower the
ride.
Lower the price of admission, please.
Yes. Right.
There's other rides. I just changed Tomorrowland. No wait.
No way.
Ah, it's dream.
That makes sense. I think I made this doll too big. I don't know.
I think for me, like if I think of a space, it would be, I live in Orlando, so our nearest beach is New Smyrna Beach, and that's like my favorite beach around here. And there's a particular spot I go to because it has really good parking and restrooms, and it's right off the pier, so there's shelter. So obviously I would keep all the great things about the beach, right? Like the waves, the salt in the air, the gentle sun, because I refuse to go to the beach midday because I turn into a lobster. And the sand, it's like that perfect soft sand, not like a bunch of shells. I hate sand like that. So those are all the elements I would keep. But if I could change some things, I would eliminate the paid parking because it used to be free to park there. I would eliminate all the other people so I could have the beach all to myself. So no one is invited to my mirror world. There's plenty of
Snap
beaches
and
to
get
go
rid of
around here.
everything?
This is mine. And I would definitely eliminate the sand fleas that come out at night and bite my legs. Those are the worst. And probably all the sharks too, because in my mirror world, it would not disrupt the food chain or the ecosystem or anything. It would just be perfect. See, and you could come swim, Peter, in my mirror world. Only I'll let you, just so you can swim and not be afraid of sharks.
Sharks and the crabs. Remember, it was the crab that did it.
Oh,
and
that's
jaws.
right. That's right.
Giant crabs and
that giant fish.
yeah, actually, it wasn't really a shark. It wasn't. I don't know why. I guess shark would be 3. I just did 2, 3.
How cleaned up can you get it, Brittany? How cleaned up is it?
Yes. How many fish and stuff can you get rid of?
Next session, we'll just we'll rank all the things we want to take out of the ocean.
Right. Please, no emails, anybody.
We love the ocean.
We do. We love everything in the ocean. This is not really going to happen. Yes. Let's see.
I think I'd have a mirror world. Has anybody, it's a really, okay. The
Go ahead.
Page Master. Has anybody watched The Page Master? No.
Page
like,
Master?
Yeah, it was like Macaulay Culkin or something. It was really a long time ago.
Oh, I remember that movie.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
I would love to live in a library like that. That would be my entire world where you're just transported into your favorite books.
That would be.
Is that a little too like extra?
No, that's like everything, right?
But you can't get hurt. You're like
True.
protected no matter which one you go.
Kind of like a happy version of the Midnight Library, right?
Yeah.
Child's version. Because I have a feeling that everything still died in the Midnight Library. Right? Or got worse, maybe?
No.
Yeah.
Well, spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, the spoilers for the teen book club. Sorry, everyone.
Well, in thinking about Coraline, the mirror world that she steps into at first seems perfect. It has all the stuff she loves, but it's also got rid of a lot of things that she didn't like the gross dinners her dad makes her eat. So the other mother who exists in her mirror world promises her she can have whatever she wants so long as she agrees to stay there forever. But even before Coraline realizes that there is something super creepy about this mirror world, she still wants to return to her original life, despite being promised whatever she wants. So she explains it like this in the novel, and I'm going to read you all like a short excerpt. Coraline sighed. You really don't understand, do you? I don't want whatever I want. Nobody does. Not really. What kind of fun would it be if I just got everything I ever wanted, just like that, and it didn't mean anything? What then? So what do you all think Coraline means when she says, I don't want whatever I want, nobody does? Why wouldn't someone want everything they ask for, no matter what?
So I have to be honest, this was the only part of the book I really found unbelievable. I was ready to accept the people with the doll eyes and the mirror world and everything. But when I was like, I was waiting for like another line or something else to explain it further. Like, oh, whenever you get things that you like or bad things happen or something like, I was waiting for some further explanation. I was like, I don't know. I mean, be like, yeah, I get to ride, the rides all day at Magic Kingdom, right? Without a wait.
So,
Yep. So, or all the pizza I want.
Have you seen The Good Place? Anyone? That show? Has anyone ever seen that show? So in the show, when they get to the good place, it's paradise, right? They literally can have whatever they want, whenever they want. They can go anywhere. They can have any experience, and they're eternal at that point, right? But eventually, everything loses its meaning because everything is perfect all the time. So then nothing ends up being perfect at all. It actually ends up being boring and mundane, and they almost want something bad to happen just to keep things interesting. So I also think about it like, is there a time in your life where you had to work really hard for something? Like, how did it make you feel when all your hard work paid off versus something that you kind of just got easily?
Kind of reminds me of the Elmo special when every day was Christmas for him. And every day he was super excited that every day was Christmas, but it was bad because none of the stores were open and no one was fixing the toasters. Mr. Hooper's the store was closed, and he was eating, I guess, cookies every day or something like that. So I guess I'll have to rely on my my Sesame Street for that. But I guess it would, yeah.
It's an interesting idea to think about. How do we know something is good? Well, the only way we know it's good is because we know it's bad, right? Like, otherwise. So that's an interesting idea. And then I also think about like when I think about when I was 12, for example, I was trying to do the splits. That was like my goal for the year. And I worked for months and months, and I was making barely any progress, stretching all the time. And then I remember on my 13th birthday, I dropped down and it was perfect. I could finally do it. And I was so excited that I achieved this goal and I could do this thing none of my friends could do. And it meant more to me. I was more happy than I had felt about other things that I had set out to do because it took so long. I was like this instant joy. So I almost think like sometimes when you have things easily, you don't always appreciate them as much as the stuff you have to work for. That's kind of how I think about it.
Well,
Any other thoughts?
There's something to be said, like at the end of a hard day of work, whether that's like work, like chores around the house, or whether it's like actual 9 to 5 or schoolwork or whatever, there's something to be said that like, you're like, oh, now that that's done, I get to, watch my favorite episode of TV or read a book that I want to read instead of have to read, or, whatever it is like that. I think, like, to your point, Brittany, it's not the same when you just are like, I have nothing to do today, I'm going to read a book, which is awesome too in its own way. But there's something about it being like, now that I've accomplished this, I get to enjoy myself.
Right.
Kind of like Jamie Hansen's class, non-book cataloging, if you've ever done that, you've had to catalog something that's crazy, like crazier than a Beanie Baby or something like that. And you're like, wow, that was really difficult. But then after you're like, oh, that was pretty cool. I did it as opposed to just like a book. This is library humor. Sorry, everyone. You know, when you catalog a book, it's like, yay, that's kind of yay. But then when you like something weird, I can't remember what it was now. It wasn't a movie, it wasn't a book, it was some object. Yeah, no.
Or a soap.
A soap?
Yeah.
Like wash up soap? Oh.
We had one in our collection at University of South Carolina. It was a bar of soap.
Really? Is that the largest bar of soap collection, I think, maybe?
I think it was just a bar of soap that was in the
Wow.
collection.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like that stuff. Like not even just weird stuff. Like, okay, like
Well,
a
just like,
keychain.
why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those things are hard, but once you get it done, you fill out all the spaces and it's like, woo, I did it. All right, this project here. Someone talk me through it because I'm getting.
I've done an outline. I've started
All right.
decorating it, but I think that but then I got afraid because I didn't want to keep going and get it wrong.
Oh,
No
I have-
worries.
I
got
made this way
inspired.
too complicated.
Do you want to move on to like the next step, Natalia?
Yeah, let's go ahead. All
Oh,
right.
this-
So if anyone wants to, you totally don't have to, but if you want to, you can cut out your pieces and glue or tape them together, or you can just keep drawing on them on your original one.
Oh, I've been cutting out already. See, I don't
That
follow.
works.
No, that's okay.
Okay. I'm every teacher.
That's how we ended up in detention.
Yes. Oh, I understand now why I was in detention. I didn't pay attention to directions.
I'm using ribbons. See, I just rummaged through my house. You can use whatever's lying around.
Yeah,
Dog
I'm
hair,
using stickers. I'm
hair.
using chore stickers.
Ooh,
that works too.
almost like a voodoo doll.
Yes.
Oh yeah, those are gonna be creepy at the end.
I don't know if mine's going to be creepy or just funny because it's not, I don't know.
Well, as
Now
we're cutting out and drawing, Natalia, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, you're fine.
So we're gonna keep kind of talking about Coraline. So at first, when Coraline sees the other mirror world, she thinks it's better, but soon she realizes things may not be as great as they appear. So my question for you all is, have you ever thought that something would be awesome, but maybe it didn't turn out the way you expected? And what happened and how did you deal with the situation?
Ooh.
When I was 16, I was so excited to have my first job. I was working at the mall in a surf and skate shop. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. And I hated it. It was the worst thing ever. I would go to work. I would get home and then I would go to work at 5. And I was supposed to be there until the mall closed at 9. And I would get home after midnight.
Ooh.
And I would have to be up at 4 a.m. the next day for school. And I did that for a year. And my mom just kept going, just do it for a year. It's fine. Then you can quit.
A
I want to
year?
quit now. A year. So I did it
That's a
exactly
long
a
time.
year to the day.
Yeah.
You quit a year to the day?
I did.
Nice.
That's
I like that.
hilarious.
Put a reminder
not
on your
here.
phone.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 quit today.
Oh man, it was terrible. And it was even harder because I was such a quiet child that I felt really uncomfortable going up to people and saying, oh, hey, you should buy this. Did you know we have this sale? And I hate people coming up to me already. So now I have to be that person. And it was really uncomfortable. It was not what I thought it was going to be.
Ooh.
And I ended up getting stuck dealing with the dressing rooms. It was a lot less talking to people like, how many do you have? Okay, cool, here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 5 done retail. I know that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to staple.
Yeah, I can relate, Natalia. I moved for a job once, like all by myself. I didn't know anyone in this new city, and I was super excited about it because it was basically a promotion, and I was going to make a lot more money. And my new boss, who I met in the interview, had seemed super nice, and I couldn't wait to start working there. Well, within 4 hours of my first shift on my first day, I knew I had made a huge mistake. This person, my boss, turned out to be the complete opposite of everything she was during my interview. And now I was literally stuck because I had changed my entire life for this job. And it was terrible. So I spent about a year and a half there, and it was hard, probably one of the hardest things I've ever gone through for many reasons, but eventually it led to a better opportunity that I would never have found if I hadn't made the move out there. So I don't know if anyone's ever been in a situation like that too, like, you thought it would be great, then ended up being bad, but then it actually led to something better too. So it's kind of like, the redeeming silver lining, I guess, to that. Or has anyone ever had the opposite occur where maybe something or someone didn't seem so great at first, but they actually ended up being amazing?
Lots of classes.
Oh, yeah, right.
I had a lot of instructors who seemed really mean, but they were probably the most helpful people I've become friends with.
I was gonna say that sounds like high school. I don't know why, but some people would be like, "Oh, you look like you would be mean, but you're actually like really, really nice." I'm like,
Thanks.
Those are always my favorite ones.
I think that happens a lot if you're quiet. People think that you're mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stuck up, but I was really just shy.
Too. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, apparently when you don't make eye contact, it means you're a mean person, not just you're like terrified of looking at someone.
yeah, literally like just too shy.
I was always told that I was good at making eye contact until I was in high school, and I stopped making eye contact with people when one of my friends told me he was in love with me because I looked him in the eye when I talked. And I was like, I'm not looking people in the eye anymore. This is so not cool. I felt so uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. Sunglasses.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was polite.
So I have a story. I'm not sure. It might be better than Brittany's.
Oh, we're competing now.
I'm just saying, go back many years ago. I think I was 7 or 8. And on the back of comic books, someone knows this story. I just remembered it. You could send away for things for a small amount of money. And so there were a lot of things I sent away for, but the most disappointing was a flying saucer. It was a real life flying saucer. It was like, wow. And it was like $2. And it was amazing. I think it was like $8. I'm like, I was like 8 years old. I'm like, I'm going to be 8 and I'm going to have my own flying saucer. This is great. Granted, there's no content, there's no scale or anything. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to be the coolest kid on the block. And it was like remote control, like, dude, yeah. So sent away for it comes, it's plastic, it's like this big, and it's attached to a wire that you control with a button. And all it did was turn on a fan. But the wire was so heavy that it kept weighing it down, so it never flew or anything. And I was so mad. Like 8 years old, I thought that was it. My life is over. I learned disappointment very early, and I think that was it. I was, there were other. It was a whole bag of stuff that just never worked. I was so sad. Like magic tricks I couldn't do. It was like, oh, I'm gonna be magic too. People are gonna think I'm cool. I think the only thing that was cool was the double-headed nickel or something. I don't know. I kept that for a while. It was cool. Everything else was terrible. I don't know. Maybe we need a Kiara check after that. It was so disappointing.
I was about to say, what's going on now, Peter? What's the childhood trauma we're working through today?
Look, like my doll. It's all that. I know. I wanted a flying saucer. I didn't get it.
Oh no.
So now we know what to get Peter for his next birthday.
A flying saucer.
Don't.
Money.
Don't.
Yes, got you. Get you
slowly and throughout my life.
Unidentifiable objects.
Yeah, I tried to buy things throughout my life to make up for that. It's never worked.
We have a flying saucer. It just scares the cat.
Yeah. That was
There's
more
that.
ridiculous. That's right. And I broke that almost. I had to fix that. Wow, isn't that weird? Yeah, I bought another flying. That's exactly what I was hoping for, I think. All right, I'm sorry. I'm
You
just,
can eventually not be disappointed. The trick is to wait for technology to catch up to you.
this is
And one
seven-
day you'll get a
That's good,
real
right?
flying saucer.
Like,
Oh,
how
I
do
want a
we
flying
schedule
car.
this?
Don't get me started on my flying car.
Mm-mm.
Every book, I don't know, Denise, I don't know if you had flying cars in your library or the books. It was like, oh, by the time 2020 comes around, everyone's going to be in flying cars. I'm like, yes.
Oh, the Jetsons.
No, it wasn't that much. It
Our
wasn't.
sanity levels maybe are in flying cars somewhere circling the earth.
Yeah.
But I think.
But anyways, I interrupted Carol. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. That was pretty much.
This is processing.
Oh, so these are great examples of how like first impressions aren't always accurate, right? Like sometimes people are situations maybe more than what they seem. And I'm sure if we had more time, we could probably come up with like a gazillion more examples of situations where there was more than meets the eye, right? So if everyone's doing well with their cutting out, how's everybody doing? Do we need more time with the cutting out portion?
No, mine's done.
Okay.
Cut it
thinking,
out.
like,
Ready
speaking
to
of-
fill.
Speaking of eyes, right? I think it's time for talk about our creepy touch with the
It
button.
It is definitely time now to add some. Oh, I wish I would have got bigger buttons, but
There you
your
go.
little button eyes. Make sure to give your characters some creepy
try.
little button eyes.
Oh.
Whether you have real buttons, please don't steal them from people's pants or shirts. Nothing says good morning when you can't find a button. But you can either draw them, you can find some actual buttons. But make sure to give your little character some button eyes so you're prepared for the other world.
Do we have an image of creepy mom with her button
Ooh,
eyes?
yes. Oh, God,
For those who
yes.
haven't read Coraline, the people in the other world have these creepy button eyes. It's never quite explained, but it is what it is. There we go. Yes, lovely.
Oh.
Is
Inspiration.
it bad that I wanted to find the creepiest one, and that's typically the one that shows
I think
up.
that is, yeah. So thinking about the eyes while you guys are drawing or gluing your buttons, I'm sure you've all heard the phrase, the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? So our eyes and our face in general, they really communicate a lot about how we feel, right? So has it been challenging for anyone since the pandemic happened and we all started wearing masks and trying to understand how someone is feeling, especially if they're wearing masks and sunglasses? Anybody had an issue?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The fog is just, it's real.
Right. Yes, that too, right? Then you can't see either.
And they're
Yeah, like, I
supposed to be help me see.
Like strangers will say hello, and my normal response is I smile. I'm not like a vocal person. And so I'll smile and forget that they can't see it. And I just keep walking. I'm like, wow, they must think I'm really rude. And I was just ignoring them. But, you know, I just forget. So I don't know, like, how are you all doing with that? Have you had to kind of add physical gestures like nods or adjust the way you express yourself? Yeah. Like, because
A lot of head nods.
right? Like, I feel bad too. I have to ask, like, what did you say? Wait, what? What? Like a million times.
I feel even worse because not only are people, I've noticed a lot of people tend to speak a lot more quieter with their mask on as opposed to louder. But I'm also typically behind a barrier. So now I've got this muffled noise and someone talking extremely quiet. And I'm going, I'm sorry, I can't read your lips. Please tell me what you're saying. And I feel so bad because I'm constantly having to ask people to repeat themselves. And when people have sunglasses on, I can't tell if you're looking at me. And now I've got this thing where I don't know if you're looking at me and talking to me or if you're just on your way.
Right. That's a good point too that you brought up about you can't read the lips. I didn't think about what that must be like for people who are hearing impaired right now that are used to reading lips. Because we're gonna be talking about El Defo next week, right? And that's something, the reading of the lips. So that's another really good point of the challenge, of what the masks do. Yeah.
I'm a little hard of hearing. No, I am.
Oh,
Look at you. I've never told you that. I'll tell you because I'm very good at hiding it. So I hide it by reading lips and looking at people's reactions. So I've been thrown off by some people if they're like just very flat, like they tell a joke and I can't hear it and they're like, I'm like, ooh. Or then I'd laugh, I'm like, huh? And they're like, that's not funny. My grandma died. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. So it does throw me off having the mask and, you know, not being able to read people's emotions. Because I've got this like little trick that I've always been able to do. Now I can't do it. So I don't know, I think I get by okay, but I guess the saving grace of that is that because of the pandemic, our social interactions have cut down, so I haven't really had to worry about that. Yeah, we were somewhere where maybe it's Disney, like people will crack jokes in their masks. I'm like, I don't know. Am I supposed to laugh? I can't hear it. Is that true? Is that like at Disney? Like sometimes just can't hear it. I'm asking someone else to see.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they'll because we go quite a few times, but when they're wearing a mask, it's like I don't know if that was funny or not funny. I can't tell. So it's going me off, and I'm working on my doll here too. So it is not coming out. It's going to look like a fish, I think.
That's okay.
I've also realized with having to wear masks now that although you can see that I'm not like impressed with something, like people telling extremely bad jokes, you can see in my eyes that I am so done that you can tell so much more now that you have to look at my eyes.
Interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, because I know like that when you smile, like the crinkle goes up, right? That's why you use sunglasses. When someone has the mask and the sunglasses, they're like the invisible man. I mean, they're not there anymore. Like, where did your face go? I don't know where to look. Like you said, are you looking at me? They could be like glaring at you and you have no idea. Because even with like, when someone wears sunglasses, it's hard, but the mouth, if they're mad, will like set itself, right? So it's like, as long as we have one, we can kind of gauge, but when they're both covered, it's very, very difficult.
This is not
done, by the way.
This is not turning out well. Expectations are low. I've basically cut half of it out.
Oh gosh.
Oh geez.
Does anyone, who all is done and still working?
Who's done?
I'm done.
Oh, really?
No, but you keep working on it while we share.
There's always a lot of kids and projects at school.
Oh man.
It's terrible. Oh god. This is so
That reminds me, I had to do like in zoology in high school. He had us take, I think it was like a dead fish. And then you had to like outline it. Yeah. And it was supposed to be like this whole great thing. And then like after you outline it, you like use the pattern of the fish to like paint because you know the scales, so you can like kind of make it pretty. I guess it was like a good idea like at the time.
Seems extreme.
I think I just got the heebie-jeebies.
Like, did your pictures smell like fish afterwards?
Right?
Yeah. People paint using the fish as a stamp, like a stamper. Making of a fish print.
I love that class, but sometimes we did some bizarre things.
I think Isaac did that in one of his preschool classes. They did that.
Ink the fish. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Does anyone want to share the figure and explain why you made it?
I'll share mine.
All right.
I'll share mine.
Oh, so cute. I love it.
This is the other Denise, and I I picked up this little pouch of all these cute little stickers to put in my calendar and in my notebook just to, you know, break up the monotony. Except there were like 3 sheets of nothing but chores. And so this other me is wearing those chores.
Wow.
That's a metaphor.
They need to go somewhere. They're not
Yes.
going in my calendar. So you can see her creepy eyes have stickers so that I can remind myself of a dental appointment. Her nose is a sticker with a little dot, a cute little dot to remind me to go to the pharmacy. And the body of the top here is things that I should remember to pick up. And then the skirt is all appointments, doctors, dental appointments, and reminders. And then all these little purple ones on her sleeves are cleaning. And then down here we have vacuum, laundry, and then all around her hair is organized. And I'm sorry.
I love
That's
it.
like great.
Wow.
I love that.
You can submit that to like a feminist magazine and they would eat that up.
Yes.
This is a book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I have little stickers on her shoes too. So yeah, and all of her hair is these lovely little things I have to do. The only thing that is not one of these loathsome chore stickers is the earrings, and those are little gold hearts. But everything else
Wow.
is a chore.
I love it.
So
It's like a plot of an indie movie, right? Like at the end, you're gonna burn that or something, right?
oh yeah, I think
Right?
I might have to do that in
Yeah.
a little while. Yeah.
Or the beginning of a horror movie where that wakes up in the middle of the night and starts shaking you. Ooh,
All
yeah.
of the things
that's
that are the bane of
terrifying.
my existence
Right?
right here on this little doll, this little effigy.
Wow. Okay, so mine's not that good. I'm still working on it.
Yeah, mine either. It's very basic.
All right, who's next?
Oh, yeesh.
Anybody?
I can go.
I feel like I need more materials here.
You want me to go? I can go. So people are always like, when they meet me, they think I'm like this super preppy, like bubblegum princess kind of person, you know? And if you come to my house and you go in my bedroom, it's all like creepy Edgar Allan Poe and Sylvia Plath quotes and just like really like gothic, like, you know, like the traditional Grimm fairy tales and ravens and all kinds of stuff. So
I
it's
love
like,
it.
I really love like sad, somber, you know, not like horror, but like, you know, darker type things. So anyway, I made a like bubblegum princess. It's got
That's-
her pink
Whoa.
sparkly hair and her big
Okay.
bow with
I
like
love it.
sunshine rainbow unicorn heart surrounding her and her pretty ballet flats and skirt. And
Oh,
so this is my other me that apparently is what everyone thinks I am on the inside. But there's the darkness, see?
The
The
big button eyes.
I see
creepy
it,
black
yeah.
button.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Oh no.
Oh, my thing was so amazing that Peter was ashamed and had to exit the conversation.
Right.
This is wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
you're fine. Yeah, just no camera.
Or it's my thing scared you. I don't know.
Oh, so look at this. Our power has been wow, our power went on and off when you did that.
Oh no.
I know.
Okay, I'm burning this immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was scary. I was scared because I'm looking at it and go, oh sheesh. Because at first I thought Denise's was more scary. But no, that was, look at that. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I hope we paid our electric bill here at USF. I think we have. That's, yeah.
Come to our program. It'll
Yeah,
help with
we got
money.
plenty. No, it's just something, it's not raining or anything. Oh, wow. That was really good. Now I do have to, I'm not complaining, I'm not saying anything, but
Here we
that's
go.
twice where, it's
Uh-oh.
twice where you've gone, I'm not crafty or I'm not a good artist, right? I get, you lower expectations and you made that. I'm
I
like,
don't think I, well, you know what it is? here's the therapy part, right? Both my parents are amazing artists. My dad actually has his own studio, and he besides his day job, he actually makes a lot of money selling all of his pieces. So I went as far away from that. I refused to take like art classes and do crafting and I think it's because I didn't want to live in the shadow. So there's the truth, coming out there.
Yeah, I think so. Kiara, how about a Kiara check on that?
Okay. Like, that's interesting. Like living in the shadows of like your parents, or even like a sibling. Like you have a sibling that's maybe excelling academically more, and so your parents are like, why can't you just,
Yeah, like everyone tells, we just saw her like binged Harry Potter, I don't know why, with all the commercials, like you've got your mother's eyes and stuff like that, right? but like you're saying, I'm not an artist or not a whatever, but you are.
See, I don't see that, but that I realize that could also be the stuff from like, same thing with singing. My mom was a singer, so people will tell me I have a great voice, but I refuse to sing because I'm always afraid of being compared. So there you go.
Oh, really?
I'm the writer, and I danced. I did the things that nobody else in my family did, so that I could have like my own, carve out my own space.
Yeah.
Well, now you have a troupe, right? Like a fun fact, one of my relatives was in vaudeville. So.
Oh, fun. Oh, yeah. One woman show. Cool. There you go.
Yeah, right? Yeah. One of my great uncles that even had a card with his name and said vaudeville performer.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I think he died poverty, hungry and stuff. But anyways.
Wow, that got really depressing.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, I don't, it was 1899 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it was, I mean, I haven't seen any of the vaudeville riches, so I don't know if maybe that's just how he made his living, but I didn't think you could make a living doing that. I don't know.
You try.
Well, yeah, that's true. Wow. All right. I'm still working on my thing, so someone else can go ahead and.
Who's next to creep us out with their button eyes?
Anybody? Anything?
Yes.
All right, I'll go. This is how I tend to see myself, so.
It's
so cute.
My cat is always by my side, so I couldn't not take her to the other side with me without me. So, but also it's been like a year since I had blue hair, so it's killing me, and I miss my blue hair.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
What is your other me reading? What book?
She is reading The Horrors of Daily Life.
There you go.
I like how she's 3D.
I know.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah.
It's
nice.
nice.
To save that. You should like display it and be like, see what cool things we make in our
No, right?
I thought the hair was like gonna tie into like Simpsons because I was like, oh my god.
I know that I thought about it after, and I was like, oh man, she looks like Marge Simpson.
Like she like humidity, just like make her hair come down.
Exactly. And then we got Snowball.
Oh, and the cat does sort of look like it's in the style that with the big round eyes.
Right. It's adorable.
I know, it's
really
so cute. My coworkers were coming in. They were like, "What are you doing?"
Librarianing. There's a word.
That's what we're doing.
That. Or have Brittany's words by the end of all this. Just new terminology. I'm Shakespeare.
Official dictionary.
I should have rethought the stapler. Not working well.
We should have talked about safety before this, I guess. For Peter's
yeah, maybe.
Still got them all.
Anybody else want to share their button person? Anyone brave?
Mine isn't. So I didn't give her button eyes because I found that really creepy, but actually the kind of doll eyes that I gave her kind of made her look creepier. So she has little cat stickers on her dress.
Oh, how cute.
I love it.
Great.
What did you use for her eyes?
I just kind of gave her doll eyes. So
Oh,
yeah.
I think there's still a level of creepiness to her.
Cats, it's like the creepy cat lady, kind of.
My alternate universe self, just a very creepy cat lady.
So this thing turned
We're
out.
still getting his going. I've got
This is just not good.
the creepy
classic
button looking
here.
eyes. And this is bubble tea. I'm obsessed with bubble tea.
yeah.
So like in my
yeah.
alternate universe, unlimited bubble tea.
I love it too, but they never have dairy-free versions when I go anywhere.
man,
I can't have
yeah.
dairy, and I miss it so much.
I
my
used to get it was a strawberry tea with raspberry boba, squishy boba, and it was just syrup. It was amazing.
I need to find someplace, yeah, because boba is so good.
That's too creepy to put on. All right. Is it just me? Is that
Yep.
it?
Yeah, it is.
Ron.
We just hear stapling in the background and go, oh man.
So I think another question we asked about expectations, like I used to dream that I could play guitar for years. I would have these dreams. I remember I bought a guitar. I was like, wow, it must be natural. And I went to go play and just nothing came out, just terrible sound. And I had dreams that I was an artist. I went and bought like a paint set and an easel. I set it up, brought it out to paint a nice like trees and stuff. It just didn't translate at all. It was hard.
Aw.
Yeah, I think I might have thrown that stuff away. So anyways, not quite as disappointing, but I had this really good vision for my
It's the thought that counts.
Yay!
So there he is.
That moss on his head?
It actually is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's apparently you can buy Spanish moss in a bag. I just found it. So, which is weird. I don't know why you would buy it down here.
Yeah, it's
So-
I'm
everywhere.
sure why you had a
Bug free. It would be the to get
Be
the
bug-free.
version.
So I drew a nose. I don't know why I thought I would use a popsicle stick to draw a nose and a mouth. I could have just drawn it on. This was way over engineered. The planning was good. The execution was terrible. So here's creep. Oh, my hair's falling off.
He is really angry.
Yes.
Because he's losing his hair. That's what it is.
Right. Oh no, he's got allergies. So here, like, even though I don't,
That's it.
I'm not sneezing a lot. This is how I feel. Because the past 3 days I've been having terrible headaches because of the allergies, and I feel like this is how I feel. Which is really scary now. This is terrible. I could have just taken a sock and stuffed it.
What is hanging? What is this part? Like on
This?
the arm? Yeah.
yeah.
That's a tissue.
Oh, for the allergies. Okay.
For allergy man.
I couldn't tell that was a tissue. It's
It could have
interpretive.
been toilet paper.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know. This didn't work out well. It's more interpretive, right? Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. It makes
Right?
perfect sense
Does it?
when you explain it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right? I'm like Picasso, right? Having to explain his pictures. It's just, this is terrible, but this is how I feel.
Love
It was supposed to be an outline of a doll, but turning it inside out and using staples was not. I know it was supposed to look like a doll. It wasn't supposed to just be like this. I could have done this a lot
It's not
easier.
a puppet. It's like a little puppet.
It looks like it
I love
does. It does look
Yeah, I
like a
could have,
puppet.
Yeah.
but I stapled the bottom, so it's not even a puppet. It has no. This has almost no redeeming value.
I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing.
This is how I see me. Kiara, I need help.
For,
Okay, so maybe
for our
take out the
artifacts, we should all hold up
staples.
our dolls and take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Oh God. The creepiness of it all.
Oh God,
Yeah, just I'm opening my screen clipper.
this is like every middle school art show I've been in, right? Yeah. Oh God, I'm in last place.
I got us. I
Right?
got us. That's great. I got all the
Okay.
dolls
Yeah. Oh, this
or
is
all the
where-
pictures. That's
where we
wonderful.
come over.
Perfect.
Wow, that's a good job you did. Yay.
Oh, send that to me and I'll post it
I
on
will.
Facebook tomorrow.
I will.
Man.
I'm so excited. This is what you guys are missing out on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I feel now with my
Yeah. If you
allergies.
guys want to email me about how to not make,
This is,
I got you.
oh man.
She'll send you a
It
link
looked
on how
really
to make
good up there. I was gonna win this competition. It wasn't a competition though.
Now it's not a competition.
It's not. And what's worse, I made a mess in my office. All right, well, it's 5:58. I guess we should close this up, right?
Yes. Lead us
Okay.
out, allergy man.
Well, yes, that's right. I'm supposed to have a script here.
Oh, my cheeks
Not
hurt
even-
now.
Yeah. I was supposed to put bugs on it, but it was just too cruel. Oh, wait. So upcoming sessions and book. Brittany,
Yes.
before we,
So next Wednesday at 5, we're going to continue exploring this idea of othering with another book club session. You can see those books on the screen. Thank you, Natalia. We're going to be reading and discussing El Defo by C.C. Bell and maybe talk a little bit about Ghosts by Raina Telgemeier and Ghostopolis by Doug Tenapple. So be sure to check those out and sign up for our reading group next Wednesday.
Great. So as they say in the biz, let's pay some bills, right? So this project was funded under the provisions of the Library Services and Technology Act from the Institute of Museum and Library Services. Florida's LSTA program is administered by the Department of State's Division of Library and Information Services. So it's like the ending of Zoom, which is another sad story. I'm not going to start that. Anyways, but let's see, we always have 2 questions we like to ask, and you can ask yourself at home if you've done something like this. Would you prefer to read ebooks or real books, what we call paper books? Yeah, I guess that's the only one we have for now. Sorry, that didn't come out very well. Natalia, you want to bring us? This thing is staring at me. I'm telling you.
Now that we've all made really creepy dolls.
I have to bury it or something now. I don't know.
Oh, I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today, whether at home or you're seeing this like afterwards. Please make sure to enjoy making your own really creepy doll.
Right.
I can't look in the corner of my computer anymore. So for anyone here, we'll go ahead and send out a survey via email to see your thoughts, and we'll see everybody next Wednesday at 5 p.m. for El Defo, Ghosts, and Ghostopolis.
All right, great.
Good night.
Good night. We're waving. Bye.
Bye.
Don't have any
Like the
nightmares.
dolls give you nightmares.
Right? Yes. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.